How's everyone doing? So it's been a couple of days now. It's been a few days, and yeah, I know, it's a little bit late, or a few days late, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, I. It's been a crazy few days. Been a crazy week, basically, and especially with this weather. It's bipolar weather over here out in Boston. I just cannot believe it. But anyways, so let's just jump straight into it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now, believe me, I I don't disagree with their methods, okay? And yeah, it's pretty good, but in a sense, I'm not trying to knock it. I'm not saying anything bad or anything. Like I said, it's a good thing that they're um so focused on and using a lot of recyclable products, recyclable materials and all that stuff to make the products. Good. Like kudos to them. Like that's hey, good on you, right? I'm like thinking to myself, if it's recyclable, how could you call your stuff premium? Like like think about it. Just for a second, right? Just for a little bit. Just go with me on this. Taking garbage, doing all the stuff to it, right? Cleaning it, doing all that stuff, whatever, and then making it into something new. You call it premium. I'm not saying I'm not like I said, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking them for doing whatever they're doing. But you're taking pretty much nothing or something worthless, right? And you're doing all the stuff to it, and now it's worth thousands. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that for a second. Hmm. Okay. Let's let's scratch that for now. Scratch that. Let's run through this. I have a couple things here that I jotted down. I liked I like that there were funny moments, like the whole trailer, right? Not the whole trailer, the whole live stream, the whole video, everything, right? I like that. I like I said, I was gonna watch it, and I did. Okay, I like that there were funny moments, sad moments, like they really did their thing. Some moments and some really like I said, some laughable moments on all that stuff. And I like that they put so much into it. And you could see that they put a lot of effort into it, and they really went out and they did their thing, okay? I like that them out of everyone, like they try their best, right? To put as much into it and to be as focused as they can be, and you know just go all out doing their thing. You have the money to do it. Why not do what you gotta do, right? uh Let me see, I'm running through a bunch of different things. I'm a little bit upset that there was no SE. I was looking forward, like I was thinking to myself that they were gonna only show the phones, so the premium phones, and then the budget phones and all that stuff. So to find out that that wasn't the case, I was like, ah, it hit me, it hit me, because I was really focused on trying to see what that SE was gonna look like in 2021. Maybe it will still come later this year, maybe not. Hopefully it does. We'll see how that goes. I So however, they did decide to show the watch, new watches, the 7 series. Was it? Uh, a couple new iPads. Okay, and what else? That's pretty much it. So the phones, the iPad, and the watches. That should be about it. But yeah, so I'm looking through. Like I said, I jotted down a few things there. Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to like just say let's everything just at once. Um, let's see. I was like scribbling. I was going through because it was live, so I couldn't like rewind or anything, pause or anything like that. I tried pausing and stuff, but I know I missed like one or two little things. Um, mm, I like that whole center stage. The whole center stage thing, that was pretty cool. That they implemented it in all of the lineup and all that. So that was cool. That was cool. So not just in the phones, but in the iPads as well. All of them. That was really cool. I let's see, the new Retina, well, old Retina displays. You guys already know about that. Stereo speakers, different colors, all the different colors for all of their products. And let's see. Well, all of the more pricey ones have the basic. I have the basic storage in it. My bad. All the more premium ones have the set colors. The gray, the black. I think what the gold or something like that. And then all the other ones that are a little bit less money, they have a little more color options to them, but still pricey. Depending on who's buying, right? But I like that they were saying what it wasn't gonna be more than what the last one was. Yeah, that was pretty cool of them. Oh, Type C, the USB Type C for the was it the iPod Mini? Yeah, the Mini, the iPad Mini. That was pretty cool that they put the USB C port in there instead of the regular Lightning. But I'm so surprised, like the iPad, the regular iPad, the bigger one, right? It was more, it was less than the Mini. I'm like, yo, but they implemented so much in the Mini. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool of them and all that stuff. Let's see, the Apple Pencil support for the iPads as well. All that was cool. Let's see. I think they said they started at $4.99. I like that they took off the 32 gig storage baseline all around. That's pretty good on their part, right? About time, right? Um, let's see. What else? 5G support. Uh, it really stressed on the whole recycle stuff. I really like that. Like I said, it's pretty cool that they did that. They were saying that and all that stuff. Like it's hard to believe. Like you're seeing the design of all the stuff, and you're like, whoa, that's cool. That's pretty cool and all that stuff. And just to think of all the stuff that they had to do and stuff to get it to that level, right, of premiumness. The watches being able to have a full keyboard now and being able to text on them, different stuff like that. Yeah, they're talking about 18 hours of battery life. Um, let's see, charging a little bit faster. Talking about 45 minutes with, I think they said like 8 hours or something like that. IP6X. They said IP. Uh, I don't want to like give the wrong information. You guys know, you guys pretty much know what it is already, right? Because it's been a while. It's been a couple days now since it's been out, and it's all on the website as well. You guys could watch that. Um, Go ahead and watch that yourself. Let's see. Oh, implementing the whole yoga thing. So yoga, meditation, um, different classes and stuff like that. on workouts, on working out. So like a workout group on snowboarding, meditation, uh, yoga, different stuff like that. Like I said, and the way that they were doing it, like they were going all out with it. It was pretty cool. Um, so the cameras on the iPhones, like it's pretty much, and I'm not gonna say it's the same as a 12. I like I said, it's all on the website. You guys can check that out. But yeah, it's the only thing is just looks different. So it's going diagonal, diagonal instead of straight. No, straight vertical. as as the 12 was and stuff. So it's just like going across the back square, a square little space. But it's still like a huge camera bump and all that stuff. So they're saying that it's a little bit thicker because the battery's a little bit bigger. But still, and that's IP68 now. So, or is this again, like they're coming up with all this stuff years into Android already having it and all that stuff. So I'm looking at it as if like, hey, it's been out already. They have the Starlight, Product Red, Midnight, Pink, Blue. Like I said, different colors and different stuff like that. For the more, they're saying that it's starting at $699, but the prices could change at it. And like I said, the base storage now is 128, and it goes all the way up to half a terabyte, so 512 gigs, which is really cool, which is really really good. But at the same time, that price, when that price starts adding up, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have expandable storage in their phone. They never did. I don't think they ever will. Unlike Android and all that stuff. My phone right now, like I'm recording with, I put like almost half a terabyte gig. I almost put a half a terabyte SD card in there, and it's pretty cool. I dropped like a bunch of movies on there and stuff. The in between like transit, uh, not driving, but transit and stuff. Like, just take a time, between work and stuff, going back and forth from work and home and stuff. It's like chill, just relax, just watch something, or if I'm playing a game on it or something, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked that they added, so they added the cinematic mode of, they were saying that they added a cinematic mode. So making the video recording even better than it was before. So, like I said, they're doing their thing, right? And they've always had some great video quality and, shooting videos and different stuff like that. It's really good. Um, I know for a minute, Google was on top of the game in terms of best cameras and stuff. But I think they were saying that a lot of people were saying that my phones or Apple phones, Apple products, well, many of the phones, yeah, was better or close to Google's photos and stuff, taking photos on the phones and stuff, and I don't know, I'm not sure. So the Pixel 6 hasn't come out yet. It should be out soon. And they started implementing their own stuff, doing their own stuff and everything, just like Apple are doing. So pretty much it's a whole Apple and the whole Apple ecosystem. Like, oh, they make their own chips, they make their own devices and different stuff like that. And with Google, they were trying to get some Intel processors that's from Intel and stuff, so it's outside of their own stuff. So now they're trying to make their own chips and everything. and keeping everything in house, just like Apple does. So a lot of people say it's gonna be a lot more efficient, a lot more on par with the way Apple is doing stuff and different things like that. So we'll see how that goes. See if it will benefit them or you know whatever. They touched on privacy, a lot more privacy and different stuff. I'm thinking to myself like, yo, when what was it? What company was it? Was talking about how they sell um they sell the public's data to certain people or something like that. I'm like, yeah, what the heck? But I don't even know. Not even gonna go into that. Oh, that I liked how they snake this other, like, it's like a general diss, like a snake diss. It's not specifically to one person or one company, but like a general. They're like, yeah. So they're still we're still leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. They're playing catch up. I'm like, yo. I mean, I get it, yeah, to a sense. To a sense, they're right. I get it. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't implement that the other competition does do, right? And they're still winning in a sense. They have the 120 hertz display. I like that they were saying how it's when you need it. So it's not necessarily on all the time, but like when you need it, it's there. Like I like that they did that. I like that they're saying that this is how it is. But a lot of people like to say that, hey, it's like this, so it drops down, like the frame rate and stuff. It drops when you don't really need it, and to save battery life. But at the same time, there's no way to on some phones, right? There's no way to turn it off, and or they say that it's automatic and everything, but you're still seeing it. You're still seeing that depletion, that dramatic drop in the battery and stuff after you use it. So even though you're doing things that doesn't require that 120 hertz refresh rate, and you're still seeing it, doing getting that high, right? So I like that they implemented. I like that they have a wide and an ultra wide, a wide and an ultra wide, right? So two wide cameras and then a telephoto, and they were saying that the night mode would be a lot better. Um, let's see. I'm seeing for the the 6.1 inch, 6.7 inches. That's pretty cool. I didn't write down everything. Like I said, it's all in the website, so you guys could go check that out. But from what I saw, like I said, it's pretty cool, and I'm not knocking them, right? They're doing their thing, but a lot of people will say that it's not that much, which a lot of people already um already thought to be true before it even happened, before it went down. They're like, hey, yeah, this isn't gonna be something major. So if you already have the 11, if you already have the 12, different stuff like that, then you don't necessarily need to upgrade and all that stuff, right? but like I said, I'm sure people still are going to. I um I said it before and I'll say it again. Not a fan of the whole notch thing. It's like it's like your eyebrow stuck together like monobrow. Just one eyebrow. Just so that just that big spot, at the top of. I don't like that. Why don't you just do what some people, or do what you used to? Well, not necessarily what you used to do, because clearly you can take the bezels, you know, way down, right? Clearly you can do that. So just at the top, just leave it, or just make the whole thing a little bit thinner than you used, because like the way back in the day, like the older iPhones and stuff, like they had some really big foreheads and chin, like massive, right? So I'm just saying, like, don't necessarily keep it that way. Just shrink it down, but keep the whole bar, like keep it, just the way it is, the way it was, right? The way it used to be. And don't like cut into the two edges, like right there and right there. Like, don't just cut into the edges and just leave this whole thing like popping out of the screen. Like, if they changed the design, I wouldn't knock them as much, because everything else that I said, that I disliked about it and stuff like that, pretty much everyone is doing. So I'm like, hey, you're not the only ones anymore. So I'm not even gonna say anything about it, right? But now it's all a matter of, hey, who's into notches and who isn't, right? Don't have to. You don't like it, don't buy it, right? And if it's stuff like that, I don't think anyone who hates it is gonna buy it. I mean, that would be pretty out there of their way. Like, I myself personally wouldn't do that. I don't think anyone would, right? Like, if you, unless you're just like into the name, into the whole branding and all that stuff. Like, like some people, like, they would buy like sneakers and stuff knowing they can't really afford it, but the name, the brand name, right, is what they're really looking at. Not necessarily, it doesn't even necessarily have to be comfortable or different stuff like that. But that's, hey, I'm not knocking you, like, do you, right? I wouldn't do that personally. Like, I like something that's comfortable, right? And that I could see, has a good longevity. Like, it could last me, for a minute, and it's comfortable, right? And it's not just today, but it's comfortable for a period of time, right? So that way I wouldn't be going back and forth, getting a new, different, like, something different every time, and just have that product, using that product for a minute, and you know what I'm saying. But hey, that's just me. Same thing with the phones too. Like I said, like, if I had like this other phone for a minute, and yeah, the claim was, unbreakable. Well, did they really claim it was unbreakable, an unbreakable screen? Like, it would take a lot, for it to get to that point, and it did. It lived up to its potential, right? Like, it really like stood up, the challenge, stood up to the challenge and all that stuff. Like, I know a lot of people, I want to say they would go maybe 2 3 years with the same phone, right? Whereas you have other people, not even a month with a phone, and then they have to switch it and different stuff like that. But yeah, so to each his own, right? Um, like I said, if you're able to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to do, right? It's your business, right? Your life, right? Live it however you feel, right? And I'm not knocking them. Um I didn't know about this other phone company. Or right, I heard about it. I They did something. They did a little thing over there. They started out pretty wild, pretty crazy, and I know that not many people, you know, um, took to their methods and stuff. So they pretty much, brushed it off the show, like dusted it off, like, hey, cool, like you're trying to do this, but I'm not into it, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. A lot of people like it, and now it's like, hey, after a little, after they, what do I, what do I want to say? After they thought about it, and implemented it differently. So the generation after and the one after that, different stuff like that, they did different stuff to it, and now they're pretty much like on par with some some of the higher brands and stuff, but it's still keeping that low budget price, right? But they're doing something really good with their devices and stuff. So it's unlike the first generation where, they just like do a bunch of stuff at it, and to make it like it's a gaming phone, yeah. But to me, I feel like out of all of the other gaming phones, like it's pretty much out there, like it's wild. Like I'm like, yo, I'm like in shock. Like, is this really only that price for that price? But I'm seeing like different ones, so I'm not too sure. So I'm talking about the Red Magic, right? And yeah, like I said, there's different ones. You have the R, you have the RS, you have the 6, you have the 5, you have the 5G, you have this and that. I guess a bunch of different ones. So I and like I said, they did different stuff, with each generation and stuff. So a lot of people are talking about, I think it was the 6 something, and what they did with it and different stuff like that. So I'm like on the lookout. I'm watching it. I'm watching them. Like, hey, I'm thinking about it because, like I said, no notch, no hole punch, nothing distracting, right? It's just full screen, and everything on the camera system, all that stuff, the front facing camera system. Everything's like, pretty much in that slick bar up top. And I'm like, yeah, like that's how you're supposed to do it, right? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of people, I don't know why, for some reason, they just choose to ditch the old design. Like, if you're ditching one design, like, you know, ditch it for something cooler, right? Ditch it for something better, right? But when you're doing something like notches, hole punch, different stuff like that, like come on, like what are you doing, right? Even with pop up cameras, right? I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool. And even though there's was a lot of concern about it, like, hey, this might break, or the mechanism inside of the chassis and everything, like it could malfunction, different stuff. Like you're thinking of different things, but at the same time, hey, you went above and beyond, like you went past that mark, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you went past it, right? Where a lot of people would feel hesitant to try something. Like you went there and you just passed it, and that's pretty cool. Like that's what I'm looking at when thinking of great products, difference of it. Like people willing to do whatever it takes, to jump up to that next level, right? Above, a step above the rest, right? And what I'm seeing with the whole Samsung, like the whole Note thing with Samsung and everything, I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. But hey, there's always this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always something. Hopefully it works out. Like I'm praying that it works out for them, and it doesn't like backfire on them and different stuff like that. So the whole I put in the what is it, the S Pen, right? At the top of the phone instead of at the bottom, right? And put in a couple cameras on the pen itself to act like a front facing camera. Like that's like I said, like you're going above and beyond, like you're going to that mark and you're going past it, right? You're going past it, breaking the barriers, doing something, like taking that leap and doing something way different from everybody else. Hopefully like I said, hopefully it works out for them, and it works out like it's pretty cool, and it does what it's supposed to do, and there's no malfunction. Like I've been hearing, like even not only just the premium phones, but I'm hearing some of the budget phones were doing some crazy stuff with the battery and heating up like way past a certain point and different stuff like that, and smoking and different stuff like that. I'm like, yo, what? So not just the ones with the high battery, high amount of battery and stuff, like milliamps and stuff, but the budget ones as well. I'm like, yo, what are you guys doing with your phones that they need to overheat like that and go like, what are you doing? Seriously. So hopefully the Note series, like, hopefully, okay, like I said, hopefully, and I keep saying hopefully, right? Because I'm really thinking about a Note, a new Note now. Because like I said, I don't like the whole punch hole and difference of that. So for them to say that, hey, we're gonna put an all screen and put the cameras in the pen instead and difference of that, like that's another like pinnacle they're trying to reach, like something they're trying to change, like do like drastically, right? So at first everybody was like, hey, they're not gonna do any Note series this or that year or whatever, and now they're like, hey, they might be doing something crazy with their new Note and different stuff. So that's something that I'm hopefully looking for. And like I said, don't just buy stuff up front. Like I wait a little bit, definitely for the price drop, but also to see what different people are saying, about it and different stuff like that, and seeing how it works and if it explodes or not, in the long term, right? So you're seeing how it fares over time and different stuff like that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Uh, New iPhones. I don't know when you will be able to get it, but I'm pretty sure like some people already have it and different stuff for that. Early access people, like there's people like they gave their stuff or purchased them, whatever. Were able to purchase them, and yeah, some people will be getting them and different stuff like that, and we'll start seeing a bunch of videos on them, and yeah. So with that said, I'm gonna leave it at that, and yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one, okay? Because this is getting it's getting pretty long. It's getting crazy. I have a lot to say, so I'm not even gonna like say everything like all at once. So in the next one, I'll see you guys, okay? Peace.